put just a little bit smushed egg out front, nice and stinky. Just a little bit here. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of magic to the trap setting. If you look at a habitat map or a vegetation map, it may seem like there's a lot until you realize that a lot of those little parcels are in fragments that are too small to actually support even a pair of foxes. So they need roughly about 1,200 acres in a block for a single pair. And ideally you need probably about 5,000 to 10,000 acres to support even a small population of, 4, 5, 6 family groups. All right. Easy.
That one's yours, Brian.
Yeah, I guess so. First we took a weight and then we checked the sex, and then we took a hair sample which we'll use for kind of backup genetic analysis. We're going to take a ear tissue sample. That'll be the primary genetic sample. So now we're putting on our fancy new GPS collars. Kind of the key with these guys, kind of just keep their eyes covered and they'll stay a lot calmer. So we will be able to track the animals and figure out how large their home ranges are, what sort of, to the extent that there are different habitat types out here, which this is pretty homogeneous, what habitats they'll be using, and then also den locations. That's kind of the important stuff. And they'll also tell us if the animal were to die, it will kick into a special signal. Basically the pulse rate will double, and then we'll know that something's wrong. That happens if the animal doesn't move for 8 hours. Okay, so now's the time you really want to make sure you have a firm grip, because when their eyes are exposed, he's staying fairly calm because he's in the bag, got his eyes covered, but we're going to uncover his eyes, take a look. We're going to use a stick to take a look at his teeth, make sure there's nothing broken or no damage in there. If he was really severely injured or something, we would take him into a vet for some care. He's got some bumps on his nose here. I'm guessing that's probably from fighting the trap. Okay. Yeah. Looks like he probably had an active night in there. Yeah, he's more than happy to chew the stick. Now you kind of move that toward the back. Okay, he's missing the 2 lower premolars on the left, bottom left. It looks like old.
Number ones, number two.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Can you tell age by this?
Just that he's an adult. He's definitely not a young of the year or yearling. He does have a worn canine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a broken canine on the upper left. That looks oldish, actually.
Yeah, so 2 lower left. Lower?
It's, I'm sorry, the upper left canine.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, and then it's the 2 lower left premolars, 1 and 2.
Are they all new? Or old?
Old. Yeah,
Old
old.
breaks.
Old. Otherwise, he's got light to moderate wear.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't. Looks pretty nice.
Some sharpness to his teeth.
The whole purpose of this project is that with kit foxes, there are three core populations: the Carrizo Plain, Western Kern County, and the Pinochet Valley area. And then there are a number of, and actually a relatively small number of these smaller satellite populations. And this is one of them. And so what we'd like to do, no work has been done in the satellite populations for the most part. A fair amount of work in the core population. So What we're trying to do here is just get some basic demographic and ecological information on a satellite population, just to see, is it radically different from a core population. We expect there might be a little bit more turnover in these smaller populations, but we're not sure. Are the home range sizes comparable? I suspect the food habits are comparable. They're probably primarily eating kangaroo rats here, but that's what we'll determine from the scat analysis. And then we'll also look at survival rates, reproductive rates. Movement patterns in terms of den use patterns and home range size, and then the food habits. So that's kind of what we're looking at with this project. Well, good. Somebody here is good luck. I'm not sure who, but compared to last week, you're gonna have to take us all with you.